But I wanted to focus just today on the supporters, the people that come out to support their runners, whether it's their mom, dad, brother, uncle, aunt. It's really something to see people come out in force. And I'm talking you. There is, like we said, almost 6,000 runners, and it seems like everybody has their people out there cheering them on, coming out. Brian Samatros here. I am the marketing photographer. My company is hired by the EDC to do the marketing photos for Mo Cowbell race that they've had for the last 15 years, I think I heard them say. I've shot the marketing photos for the last 10. And when I say I have, myself, my company, and my team, we usually have 2 or 3 other photographers along the course, and we're doing the photographs that are at the start finish line, at the Runners Village, Newtown, and then the Memorial Bridge. So when you guys are running, you see the photographers that are out there and you guys are hamming it up. We appreciate that. I'm in the middle of going through all of the photographs that I took during the race. Now, I was stationed at the start finish line, Runners Village, so I just kind of did my little circuit. I just kind of keep going around and around throughout the race day to get those photographs. I'm actually thinking about getting 1 or 2 of the other photographers that work the day with me so that we can talk about maybe a couple, 2 or 3 pictures that have a story behind them. Because I mean, it's interesting to be there and see and kind of peek behind the curtains, behind the scenes. As a photographer, you're taking these pictures of these people that are running the 5K, 10K, half marathon, marathon. It's a neat event to be a part of. So I'm going through my photos. I probably took over 2,500 photos. I'm trying to narrow those down for Amanda. Amanda works at the EDC. Now, she's the one that puts on the whole Mo Cowbell race and is the reason why the race, I think, is the biggest it's ever been. I think she just sent me a note this morning, 5786. I love that she gave me the exact number of registered runners, 5,786 runners. As I'm going through the images, I get these ideas in my head on I want to talk about some of either the strategy that I use to get the images, or talk about some of the images at the finish line that I came across. But I wanted to focus just today on the supporters, the people that come out to support their runners, whether it's their mom, dad, brother, uncle, aunt. It's really something to see people come out in force. And I'm talking you. There is, like we said, almost 6,000 runners, and it seems like everybody has their people out there cheering them on, coming out with the signs and everything. And I thought, I always make it a point to try to get as many shots of people with their little supportive posters that they've made. The kids, they make their own little posters from mom and dad, or grandma and grandpa are out there, aunt and uncle, like I said. And I thought today we'll just spend a little time going through some of the supporters that I came across and got their shots. And as I'm walking around again doing my circuit, I'll come across somebody that's holding up a poster that they made, and I'll just point. But hey, show me your sign. And I want to give them a little recognition for the support, because I know it means a lot to these runners. Because it's kind of funny. Now, I'll never run a marathon or half marathon. I actually don't even think I'll ever do a 5K or 10K. Not because it doesn't seem like fun. It's just not the physical challenge that I want to take on. Who knows? I might change my mind. I feel like I ran a 10K just doing the circuit, hauling my backpack full of camera gear. It's kind of neat to see the runners, and they're just pushing, right? They're running, pushing through. It was a little warm. I think it got up to about 83, 84 Sunday when they were running, and they're just dripping. I mean, just, you know, it's a tough thing, a tough physical challenge. And then when they see their supporters, when they hold up their signs and the cowbells and people are cheering them on, and really it's not just their own supporters. It's kind of amazing to see all of the supporters supporting each runner that comes across them, cheering them on. And you can see it in their faces, the runners' faces as they're running, and people are like, hey, you can do it. You're doing great. Keep going. And you see that little bit of positivity and cheering on, and it's reflected in the runner's face, because they kind of smile a little bit and they take it in, and it kind of keeps them going. The same, it can be said when the runners see the photographer. And I'll pull up my camera, and maybe we'll talk about this with Dwayne or Lewis, my other two photographers that were there that day later on this week. You pull up that camera, and then the runners are running, and then they see you, and then they kind of ham it up for. As photographers, we appreciate you guys doing that also, because we're trying to get those fun images for you guys. So when you see us, those of you that are like, you pointing, you're waving, you make little like gang signs or whatever at us, little hearts, hand things or whatever. It's a little playful dance that we have as photographers and the runners. But let's go ahead and look at a handful of images that I pulled just down by the start finish line of supporters. Now here we're going to go through, let's pull up all the ones that I flagged. And I came up with about 26 images, and these are the supporters. These are the people that are there right from the start, and they are waiting. I think they all strategically have placed themselves in areas where they know their runners will see them, or whether or not they planned it out with their runners. Like, I'll be at mile 3 or 5 or 15, or I'll be by the start finish line. The supporters go through a lot also on this day, and they want to make sure that they give all of their energy to their runner as they come through. So I just wanted to kind of showcase a few of the signs and the supporters that came through. So this was one of the first ones, and this is probably going to go chronologically as I captured the images for the day. This one here, go number 2736, 2737, run Sharon run. Again, you'll see the another supporter here on the right hand side, got a little cow face mask thing going on. And that's another really cool thing about the Mo Cowbell. It's a serious race, but it's also one that it's for people that just want to come out here and have fun. The cowbell, the whole cow theme is really big too. Next one here, it looks like got a family. My mom is super fast. I want to be you when I grow up. Let's go, Uncle. I think that says Pookie, Uncle Pookie. So it's definitely a family affair when you have somebody that is running in a race like the Mo Cowbell and people making these signs. Watch the runners as they recognize and hear the cheering from their people, and their face just absolutely light up. And then it's one of those things, then as they run past their supporters and their family and their friends, then the face goes back to, oh my God, what am I doing? Just sweating. I mean, just being chafed and chapped and just rubbed raw, things bleeding, sweat coming everywhere. When they see their people and they see these signs, these homemade signs, it's a neat feeling as a photographer to kind of be the fly on the wall, seeing that moment happen. Here's one, pain is temporary, Strava is forever. Here's another thing that I enjoy doing every year. Again, I've been doing this for about 10 years covering the Mo Cowbell race. I love seeing all the different signs, right? Now, there's some that are kind of similar or the same because it's the Mo Cowbell. So a lot has to do with the cowbell and cows, and I think it's based off of the SNL skit from way back in the day with Will Ferrell. If you haven't seen that, if you're part of a younger generation, you haven't seen that. I think that was kind of mid to late 90s, where Will Ferrell, Chris Kattan, Jimmy Fallon, and Christopher Walken was the guest star. You've got to see that Mo Cowbell skit. But this is what the race is based off of, so it's just kind of fun also. It's a serious race for the serious marathoners, but it's also a fun race for people that just want to come out and have some fun running. So it's always neat to see the very unique signs that are out there. Next one here, hurry up so we can drink. And then everybody's wearing these in loving memory of Gavin McClanahan, 1997 to 2025. That's one of the things that there are a lot of storylines that we do not know of people that are running, why they're running. I have been fortunate enough over the time that I've shot these races that I've actually talked to some of the families and some of the runners that come across to get their story. And I've always wanted to kind of follow up and get them on here to where we can just talk about the reasons why they're running, kind of aside from just the trying to just finish a 5-10K half marathon, trying to qualify for like Boston or something. But there's a lot of stories that are behind why these runners are racing. There's one where the person just finished up with their chemo And, that kind of hits home with me because, my wife and I have gone through her cancer journey the last, I think, boy, it started 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Time kind of runs together, right? When you see people out there and you hear about their stories on why they're running, it's really neat. So it's a lot more than just being a hired photographer trying to get marketing photos. I'm also trying to capture stories as much as possible. So this one here, hurry up so we can drink. Beer 30, 5 o'clock somewhere, love it. So let's go to the next one here. On a scale from 1 to 10, you're a 13.1. So a nice little nod to a half marathon. Hotties run halves. I like kind of breaking up my day. This is kind of entertainment for me. Seeing and reading all of the signs. There's some that kind of go with the cow theme that I see, every year or whatever, and that's always kind of cool too. But what really catches my eye and what makes me kind of snicker or kind of laugh a little behind are the ones that I've never seen before. I think it's going to be kind of hard if you've shot this for so many years like I have to see something totally unique. But each and every runner, each family, each set of friends, coworkers that come out, they have their own inside jokes as well. So sometimes there's things that they hold up that maybe I don't understand, but I'm like, okay, that's an inside joke that'll just keep them running. Here's one. You are strong, amazing, powerful, crushing it. 2 little girls coming out also to support, probably, I don't know if it's his wife or whatnot, but all of the kids that come out to support their adults. And actually there's some kids that are running this and I'm like, oh my God, like there are some young kids out here running this race. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I mean, it's kind of cool. From super young to, I think somebody said somebody was running and finished, and I think they said they were 77 or something. I'm 50, and I spent the week prior to the race warming up my body just to photograph the race. I can't even imagine having to, my back is jacked up. I can barely move sometimes. And I had to work myself up that week to get just prepared to photograph. I can't imagine even being older and running the race. And all of my older people that are running and they come across that line, sometimes it looks like, are they going to be able to cross? And they make it through and they're just like, yeah. And watching these people cross the line to get to that endpoint that they were working towards, that they had been working weeks or months to complete this race. It's a neat feeling to see that emotion coming through. Next one here, family, let's go mama, you got this. Looks like some hand-drawn hearts, a little bear, cat, or dog or something there. Let's go girls, Nora, mom, Mary. Hard to kind of read that on the side there, but I just love giving a little recognition to the people that came out to support their people running. So here's another one. 5584 on the course, number 1 in our heart. Mama didn't raise no bitch. She's a runner. She's a track star. My mom is faster than your mom. Again, they go from, you're going to see signs that are super sweet, kind of basic or whatever. And then you get the other ones that are just, they're almost inside jokes, or they're ones that are a little edgier. And the ones that are edgy and very unique, I'm always like, I'll point to them after I get it done. I'll be like, thank you. I'll give them a little thumbs up, and I'll be like, I'll give them a little snicker, like, yeah, that's a good one. That's a really good one. Seeing these signs, I can only imagine as a runner, warm day, and you're just trying to make it step by step as you're going through, and then you finally get to your people, your signs, giving you the energy to continue. Here's another one. You can do it. Got the cow hat on. Oh, here's another angle here. So what I try to do, sometimes I don't know the images that Amanda is going to use on the marketing side of things. Again, well, I don't know if I've fully explained this. I'll probably explain it on the one where I have Dwayne, one of the other photographers, come on and we'll talk about the race and our purpose on shooting, because we're not shooting necessarily to get everybody. So we're shooting for marketing on the side of selling the race for down the road for the next year. So then Amanda can use these to put on the website, put it on like pamphlets or whatever they do for marketing. But I always try to get, if I can, different angles of either the signs, the runners, support staff, volunteers, just because I don't know what they're going to end up using. So I want to give them all the available angles to use as much as possible. But there's a balancing act, right? Of you don't want to overwhelm. I don't want to overwhelm Amanda and having to go through so many photos, but I think she's a little overwhelmed with the photos that we turn in. But just a different one to where I'm like, okay, I kind of like the lighting a little better on this one. So I kept this one as well. This one kind of stood out because the guy's holding a big old pole. It looks like I don't know, 1x2 or something that he's holding. We like to move it. I've seen that. I saw that sign a couple different times throughout the race. I think he was just kind of walking around with it. So that's something. And it's got the little cowbells that everybody was using to cheer people on the sidelines. Those cowbells at time, and I didn't see as many this year as I did the years previous. So I'm wondering if those are old bells or not, because usually those get kind of discarded on the street somehow, and the runners have to come through and they're kind of stepping on them or through them or whatever. So as I'm walking through the street, I kind of just kick them off to the side. But this one here, I mean, there's just things that just stand out. So something different that stands out so your runner can see them. Love this image here, the image of the lady here looking back. Literally, you're running so fast. And then I would assume that the picture is of the person that's running, I think. Or no, that almost looks like Kim Kardashian on there. It's hard to tell. Probably an inside joke that I don't understand. But this one here, we love Greg's leg. Next one, 5161 is my favorite. Again, it's just, these are homemade signs. You know, there was effort made into making these signs for that particular person. It's just nice to see that you have people out there supporting you. Sometimes people don't see me kind of coming around. I'll usually kind of wait just so they can kind of pose with their image. But on this one here, this lady, she was I think her runner was about ready to come through. So she was making sure that it all got set up. So worst parade ever. Do not trust the fart. So inside joke. I don't know. I mean, if you guys see this video, you come across this video, leave it in the comments if you made your sign and explain some of your signs to me. Here's one, fly you fools. A very intricate artwork on this one here. And people are excited that somebody other than their runner also recognized their signs they made. And that's kind of why I do it. I want to make sure that there was no directive from Amanda for me to get people with their signs, but I think her overall directive is get kind of the flavor, the mood, the excitement, the fun of the race. So this is why we're including those. Don't stop believing, hold on to that feeling. Two little boys here. Go mom. I'm trying to read the sign. Be a freight train. So something about trains here. So very cool. All the littlest signs, you know, whether they're big, small, the fact that they came from the heart, from somebody that you love, you care about, that you're there to support them is always very cool. Another one here. You trained like a legend, now finish like a rock star. Run, mom, run. You've already won in our eyes. I mean, can you imagine being mom? You're running through and you see your kids with the signs. Almost brings a tear to this guy's eye. Another one. You look good, kicking ass. Braden, 26.2. On a scale of 1 to 10, you're a 13.1. Go Allie and Alites. It's very cool. Fly like Dorothy, not like .3. Again, I mean, I don't get all of the signs, but I'm like, okay, I appreciate all the signs. So if you explain that one to me. Tuck it in, run. Tuck it and run, Andy. Go, Andy, go. Kombucha, you got this. Sundays are for the Bills and Andy. So, again, big crew here to support Andy. Smile if you just farted. Pain is temporary, strive is forever. Go, Daddy, go from Austin. You collapse, I'll pause your Strava. Are you almost done? My phone is at 10%. So it looks like that is the end of the ones that I had captured. And I'm sure that the other photographers that were working with me, they caught their signs and their runners on the Memorial Bridge and down at Newtown. But just wanted to kind of showcase a few of the signs that we see at the Mo Cowbell race. So If you enjoy seeing some of the behind the scenes of shooting a race like this, I'm hoping I can get one of the other photographers to come on maybe by the end of the week, and we'll go over a couple of the photographs that either stuck out to us or that we got the story behind, or what it's like to shoot an event like this. So, all right, we'll see you on the next one.